Hey guys, Blue Bear Crypto back with another video. We've got a new addition, an S9J mining Bitcoin. Obviously, probably worked out it's not turned on right now. The idea for this one is to run it when price of electricity for me goes below 3p a kilowatt, which doesn't happen all the time, but it is happening for the first time since I've had this miner tonight. So I think it's between 2 and 5. It might be below, it might be longer. I'll put the actual screenshot in now just so you can see. I got this for £131 with shipping included, and yeah, they're not efficient, which is why it's so cheap, but it will basically be something that I use whilst rates are really low or even negative. So if the price of my variable rates goes negative, it means that I will get paid to use the energy to mine Bitcoin, which is basically getting paid twice. I knew it was going to be loud, but Jesus Christ, when you turn this thing on, it actually sounds like a jet turbine. I've currently got it scheduled here. Oh, it's scheduled to turn on 11:30, so I think it's actually 11:30 till like 5, I think, maybe sooner. When I first got it, it didn't work, and I didn't know why, but after resetting everything, it started working. And also, what I didn't know, I am a noob with Antminers and things like that. The SD card slot, I heard a lot of people saying, like, if you want the Brains OS and stuff on it, you need to load it through the SD card. But because I didn't have an SD card, well, I do have an SD card, but I've got 128 gig. They recommend not doing that because it can cause faults. So I've ordered an 8 gigabyte one. I wasn't sure if it loaded or it booted without the SD card, but clearly it does, unless I'm just being stupid and there is an SD card in there somewhere. So I've ordered an SD card. We will use Brains OS and we'll get a nice, as efficient as possible rate on this, and then maybe in plunge periods just use the standard, because at the moment I think it uses about 1.3 kilowatt and I get about 14 terahash mining Bitcoin. But yeah, this will be mining Bitcoin. Other updates on everything else. Pyrin, which is what all my graphics cards are on, that is just sitting about $110 in gains a month. And still haven't hit any blocks on the Nano. I was tempted to put the ASIC onto solo mining along with the Nano, but I just kind of want Bitcoin. I need to get myself some more Bitcoin. So that will be doing that. And also it means that we are spreading out on what we're earning. Casper miners, I'm pretty sure these are an all-time low in terms of profitability. I'm either breaking even or I'm going negative on these right now. But we're just going to stick to keeping on mining. We have also got the KS2 Lite on its way, so we should get that in early October. I got in there pretty quickly. It's the equivalent of like 5 KS0 Ultras, and these are KS0 Pros. It will be a lot more efficient, but I will just keep them all on just to try and get as much Casper as I can before the bull run. That's what it's basically all about now. It's just a mad panic to try and accrue as much as possible. Just wait until next year and hope that everything shoots up. But we'll turn this bad boy on. I'll show you how loud it is, and I think I need to get like a silencer kit on the front and back, because it's not the volume that is the real problem with the Antminer. It's this like high pitched whine that it does. And when I had it turned on and I was just at my laptop, I was trying to work out what I needed to do to get this running. And this high-pitched whine it just grinds in your ear. It's so, like, people that have like the ASIC like factories or the massive industrial sheds just full of these. I don't understand how you can go in there without like ear protection, because this is loud. But it's not just the volume. It's just the pitch. It's like those cat alarms that people put in front of the houses to stop kids or animals like from loitering around there. Like, you could literally just stick an ASIC on the front of the house and people just run away, or probably try and get it off them, because if they know what it is. We'll turn it on. Also, what I was going to show, the only issue that I do have with it is I've got one plug. This is the only one where it's got any sort of discoloration, and I did get pretty concerned with it, but I've checked there, and I've also checked here. We're going to focus. But you can see it's a little bit yellowed, but there's no signs of melting or anything. and I've looked into quite a lot of people that said that their Antminers do have the same, where the colouring of the actual cable is discoloured. Well, it goes discoloured because of the heat over time, which is fair enough. It is that kind of plastic where it's not perfect white, and I have seen this kind of plastic go and off colour, but just for having it on that one pin it made me really concerned at the start, but a lot of people have said that does happen. Either way, I have bought a new cable set here, so I just need to unscrew that from the looks of it and replace that. And then if the new cable set discolours, then I will just need to resolder. I'm pretty sure I'll just need to resolder the pins for like one of these connections, because you should just be able to pull that out when you've taken the solder off and replaced the actual port. And then if that doesn't do it, then I might need to change this board. And then if that doesn't do it, I've got a dud. But yeah, it does run fine. It doesn't have any faults or anything. It did have faults at the start, but I think that's because I didn't fully reset it. Let's get it turned on. I'll show you what it sounds like. All right, taking the timer out. Here we go. Nice and quiet for about 2 seconds. There we go. That sounds like a jet turbine. But yeah, it's just that high-pitched sound that is a bit off-putting. So I will get a silencer on it. So we are live and mining 15.6 terahash, if that's right. 16. Cool. So it's one line now. But yeah, once it's booted up, it's not really that loud because the ventilation, we're not even running, it's just cold. It's cold at the moment. So on 25 degrees, the temperature sensor being here will definitely get heated up by my ASIC though. It's just cold at the moment, so it runs quite cool. So the fan's on 100%, which is nice. It's quite rare when you ever hear like ASICs in videos and stuff that they're not running at full speed, because they're always usually in like a factory. The heat in the factory is just ridiculous. Hot side of the shed right now is 25 degrees, and I would say the cool side, I can use the Optiminer to check, but it'll probably be around about like 18, 19 degrees, so that's probably what that's sucking in. There's not really much heat coming up from these things. Yeah, also what's quite surprising is everything here is mining, so GPUs, Optiminer, they're all on, but we're just mining Pyrin and Casper and Bitcoin Cash, which I'm not getting anything from, but the noise just from mining Pyrin, it's such a low power coin. It's just really nice to like walk in here and it's like you can barely hear that anything's on, compared to when I was mining Ironfish and Gram. That's pretty much maxing out what the graphics cards can do, and you have to have the Optiminer fans running at like 70-80% to keep them within sort of temperature. That's my update for today. We're gonna have to wait for the KS2 light to come, so we've got a bit more efficiency with Casper, and then we've got the Bitax on the way as well. I don't know when that's going to come, next few weeks hopefully, and yeah, on to new adventures guys. I'll see you in the next one.